we're in a new month now, and the focus is invigorating and strengthening. Because we're doing evening classes, I'm going to try and keep them pretty slow, but because it's spring too, so a really good time to shed some of that winter caffiness. Yeah, we're just going to have a month that'll hopefully offer some classes that'll prepare us to go from spring into summer. And tonight's class specifically is a practice to help you feel strong and grounded. We're going to be moving slow and gracefully. The poses will be some nice, strengthening holds and things like that. But I really just invite you to ride your breath throughout the whole practice to try and moderate any heat or energy that you feel rising. Really try and temper that with your breath, with taking your movements nice and slow. So coming to sit comfortably, coming into your body, and drawing your mind away from your external environment, and starting to notice any sensations in your legs, and then allowing them to relax. Observing any sensations in your hips and your pelvis. And then allowing your hips to relax. Softening into your belly, the sides of your torso and your chest. Observing how your shoulders feel, noticing any tension or sensations, and relaxing into the whole shoulder area. Noticing how your arms, wrists, and hands feel, and inviting them to relax. And then taking your breath and flowing your breath up and down your spine. Maybe feeling a little bit of a lift as you inhale, keeping that lift, softening as you exhale. And softening into your face. And if you're feeling any kind of sensations or tensions from your temples down through your jaw, even into your eyes, just observing those feelings, and then really consciously relaxing your whole face. Moving your awareness to your breath. And moving into some awareness of the natural journey of your breath in and out of your nose, following it down into your lungs and out again. And starting to move into full yoga breathing. So without thinking about it too much, drawing your breath all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs, feeling your belly expand. And reversing the breath out, exhaling, drawing in through your belly, releasing out of your lungs. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Taking a few more rounds of your breath in this way, and taking a really careful mental note of the whole experience of a beautiful deep breath, and being completely present in your breath, and then creating awareness of the periphery experience of the movement of your body, the sensations in your body. That's what we want to take to our practice tonight. So we'll be moving from our breath, feeling from there into our body, but trying to stay really anchored in that nice, slow, deep, rhythmic cycle of your breath. All right, take one more round of your breath, and then we'll move into some Goranga breathing. Exhale completely. Inhale the sound Goranga into your mind. And say the sound out loud. Goranga. 4 more times. Inhale. Goranga. 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 I've lost count, but let's do one more. Inhale. Goranga. And return to your regular breathing pattern. Softening your breath. And coming into gentle awareness of your body. And then coming down onto your forearms with your back pointed toward the floor. Getting ready for some nice core work. So this is actually a variation or modification of boat. So lifting through your lower back just like you would in boat pose. Inhale as you extend the right leg out, raising the right leg up, and lower it down. And raise it up and lower down. We'll go 5 times on each side. Nice slow deep breathing. And changing to the other side, extending your leg out. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in, raise the leg up. Inhale, extend out. Good. Now both feet to the floor, toes to the floor, and raise your legs out at a 45-degree angle. So if you want to start with a modification, start with your knees bent here and just take your toes out and focus on keeping your navel drawing in and your lower back lifted, pressing into your palms. Full version is to straighten out through the legs. Holding there for 5 breaths. Okay, 5 breaths feels really long all of a sudden, but keep going, everyone, keep going. One more, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, drawing the knees in. And toes to the floor. Press yourself up. Now coming onto your hands, but bending through your elbows. And we're going to go from here into... Same again, legs out at a 45-degree angle, but you've got the support of your hands, so you're not holding full boat pose. Keep breathing, 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Draw in. Coming to your toes, and then we're going to take it back into 5 rock and rolls. So taking it nice and, slow, but keeping your momentum happening so that you can feel and create that mindfulness of all of your vertebrae rolling against the floor, drawing into your core and rocking yourself back and forth. You can take your hands to the front of your knees or behind your thighs if that feels easier. One more. And then from here, jumping through and lower down onto your belly. All right, taking your hands underneath your shoulders, forehead to the floor. Inhale, slowly lift up, elbows working in. Taking just a little warm up into your spine first, but coming into Cobra with the intention of strengthening. Lower down. Now this time, inhale, coming all the way up into Cobra pose. Lift up, elbows working in, and start to gently activate through your glutes. Pressing the elbows into the ribs, hands pressing into the floor. And then lift through your spine and broaden through your collarbones. Holding here for a few breaths and just noticing all the parts of your body that are active. Feel your spine lifting and lengthening. Feeling your upper arms and shoulders gently working. Exhale, knees to the floor. Taking a moment in extended child's pose, rocking your hips from side to side. And rising up through a modified downward dog very briefly, only to walk your feet forward, coming forward into chair pose. Chair pose. Coming forward into standing forward fold, but going to chair pose in a moment. Folding forward. Inhale, hands to the floor, keeping your knees bent, belly to your thighs, looking forward, reaching your heart center forward, and then folding forward again. Doing that one more time. Inhale, start lifting in through the belly. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, now sliding your hands up your shins, scoop the belly in, and lift into your sitting bones. Exhale, soft bend through your knees, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Maybe your knees are straight, and if you can, reaching your fingertips to the floor. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Now inhale, lift, exhale, folding forward. Cradling your elbows in your hands. Trying to keep your hips stacked above your ankles. And you can place a little extra emphasis on the stretch if you like by pressing the crown of your head down toward the floor. And slowly release, bending through your knees. Release your hands, coming up through chair pose. Taking it nice and slow. You might like to start in the modified position first. So arms at shoulder height or at prayer position. While you focus on your legs, just settling into scooped in belly, lifting through your spine, shoulders down away from your ears. So feeling your legs nice and strong, and then raising your arms out, either taking them in front or next to your ears. One more breath here. Inhale, pressing all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands together in prayer position. Getting ready for 3 rounds of sun salutations. Grounding down into your feet, lifting into the crown of your head. Ribs are lifting up out of the waistline. Take one more breath here in Tadasana. And let's begin. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back into plank position. Inhale, squeeze through your buttocks. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lifting back into downward dog. Feeling free to use this first downward dog as a bit of a warm-up downward dog. Opening up through the backs of your legs, lifting and lowering your heels. Taking some time to sit up properly. Fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide. Press the floor away and lift into your hips. Lengthen down into your heels. And when you're ready, jumping or stepping your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back into plank. Squeeze through your buttocks, press back into your heels. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lift back into downward dog, holding for 3 breaths. And looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here, settling into your breath. Ready to jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, moving into some standing postures now. So remembering to ride the breath, really coming from your breath. Inhale, exhale, bending through your knees, coming back into chair pose. So you can choose to make it a little stronger if you like by coming up onto your toes. Scooping the belly in, squeeze your hips to help you balance, or just keeping feet flat to the floor. Staying here for another couple of breaths. Ankles working in toward each other. Exhale, release, feet to the floor, hands to the floor, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hold for 3 breaths. Taking your time with each breath. And on your next inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot in between your hands. Keeping the back knee up off the floor, coming up into high lunge. Good. Staying here for a few breaths. And drawing the navel in, hug the lower ribs in. And then going from here into 5 knee taps with your back knee. Slow, controlled movements. Taking your time as you lower down and as you press back up. Last one. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lifting back momentarily through downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Setting up your foundation, then inhale. Rise up through your upper body, hug the lower ribs in. So as we start to build the heat and energy in your body, that's when you really drop into your breath. Take the movement slow. And now carefully, slowly, going into 5 controlled knee taps. I think slow is more deadly than fast. Trying to be slow and gentle and just killing us softly. Step back, lower down. Inhale and exhale. Rest your thighs just for a moment in child's pose. Take a little rock from side to side. Keep reaching out into your hands. And then ready, coming up, rise up, downward dog. So we're going to be moving into some balancing poses now. If you would like to have a belt, wall, or a chair handy, organizing those things. Take one more breath here. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step your foot in between your hands, coming up through high lunge. Now, shifting your weight forward to step your left foot forward and take hold of your left big toe, right hand to the hip or to a wall close by. And either modified version, micro bend in the standing knee, bend through the left leg, full version, extending the leg out. Staying there for a few breaths. And release. Release hold of your toe, coming back through high lunge. Hands to the floor, step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up and step it through. So really going very into your body and into your breath, coordinating all of this. So anchoring into your breath, nice and aware of your hips, aware of your legs and where they're moving in space. Shifting your weight forward, taking the back foot forward and first 2 fingers around the big toe, left hand to the left hip. Micro bend through the standing leg, going first into the modified version, just a bent knee, whoop. And then if you can, extending the leg out or belt around the foot. And release, bend through the knee, release hold of your toe, stepping that leg back, exhale. Step back into plank, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, knees to the floor. Let's take a little child's pose before we go into the next balancing series. Slow down your breath. Slowly lift up. Okay, we're going to do flow through that same series again, adding another balancing pose onto it. Taking your hands forward, lifting up through downward dog. Nice big breath here. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Inhale, we're going to free hold, so not actually holding your toe. Modified version is bent knee. Full version, ooh, taking it forward. And then hands come through prayer and taking that leg back. So as you adjust your weight, squeeze into your hips, gazing at a point in front of you, and taking your hands in prayer position in front of your heart center, going into a warrior three. And then taking your arms wherever they feel comfortable, keeping that left hip working down as you press into your back heel. Lower the back toes to the floor, coming back through high lunge, hands to the floor, step back, and lower down. Inhaling up, exhale. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Inhale, high lunge, and then shift your weight forward and arms and legs through. Staying with your breath. Keeping that leg lifted. And hands to your heart center. And shooting the right leg back, pressing into your back heel, lowering your chest forward, and then taking your arms, either keeping them at your heart, by your sides, or reaching out in front. Toes to the floor. Release down through high lunge. Hands to the floor, step back, and lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. A little child's pose. Just a couple of soft breaths here. And inhale. Rising up through downward dog. And if you feel like you've had enough strengthening and invigorating for standing poses, maybe just hang out in downward dog and child's pose. One last fun challenge. Raise the right leg up. Exhale. Stepping your foot forward. Up through high lunge. Shifting your weight forward. Taking the back leg up. And we're just going to do some little half cross-legged squats. So raising back up, 3 repetitions, balancing. So all you're doing is bending through the standing leg, bending through the behind leg, and crossing your thighs behind one another, and then shooting the leg back 3 times on each side. Drop the back leg down, toes to the floor. Let's flow to the other side. Step back, lift back. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, lift up. Shift your weight forward. Float the back leg up. I like to do hands to heart center for this one. And knee behind. Really feeling it into your core. And in. Back. Oop. Down. Back. Toes to the floor. Hands to the floor. Step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Bring your big toes together, knees wide apart. And fold forward into child's pose. You can thread your arms through if you like. Noticing the sensations in your legs and your hips. And just inviting your legs and hips to relax. Inviting your breath to slow down. Maybe taking some little unforced pauses in between each breath. One last inhale and exhale. Press yourself up. All right. Standing up again. So coming up through downward dog. And jumping your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And sweep your hands down through your heart center, taking your right leg back. Although facing where you can see. Turning your toes out, going into a nice sturdy goddess pose or horse stance. So bending through the knees. The lower you go, the more intense it's going to be. So if your goal right now, we've done quite a bit of work on our legs already, got our heart rate up. If you're feeling now like you're ready to start winding down a bit, just go into a half depth, and you'll feel that it actually just feels really nice and safe and grounded. Very little effort, but very steady. If you feel, give it to me, baby. Drop down a little deeper, bringing your knees right above your ankles. See if you can take your thighs parallel to the floor. Reaching the arms up, shoulders down away from your ears. Noticing how when you focus on slowing down your breath and taking full deep yoga breaths, it actually does draw a little bit of the intensity away from your thighs. Inhale, straighten out through the legs, turn the toes in. Exhale, folding forward, navel drawing in, hinging at the hips. Allowing your head to be heavy, crown of the head is moving down toward the floor or planted on the floor. Separating your feet a little wider if needed. And just hanging out here for a few more breaths. Just trying to wind down some of that vinyasa flow energy. Two more breaths here. Hands to the floor. Inhale. Lift. Halfway up. Hands to your hips. Soft bend through your knees and come all the way up to standing. And sweeping that back leg forward. Hey Denise, nice to have you with us. Grounding down into your feet. Taking a nice, luxurious, slow flow down to the floor. Coming into seated postures. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, melting forward. Taking a couple of breaths here. Maybe sway a little from side to side. And then to jump or step your feet back whenever you're good to go. And lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do then, and now I'm in a weird half version. And lift back into downward dog. So we are going to take 5 breaths here in downward dog to get nice and grounded and feeling the experience of the strengthening through the shoulders, stretching through the backs of the legs, feeling your spine lengthening, and drawing your belly in, Trying to find that sweet spot. And making your way down to the floor as feels elegant and accessible for you. You might like to just drop your knees down or jump through to sitting or even just whatever. Come to the floor. Okay, so we are going to go into boat pose now. We did a little boat warm up at the beginning. You can do one of those same supported boat poses again if you like. Other option is to take your bolster right to your hips and the base of your spine so that you've just got that little bit of support there. So we're going to go from full boat and then carefully lower down into low boat, which is like a dish pose. So just keep that in mind. Keep some juice in the tank. So inhale, lifting your lower back forward, feet to the floor, hands to the front of your knees. So this length that you're feeling here and the confidence and the steadiness, that's what we want to cultivate in our boat pose. So our core might say otherwise once we get our legs up in the air, but let's try and cultivate that. So start with your hands now behind your thighs, hugging your knees in, toes to the floor, starting to lift up, and you'll feel maybe a little transition there as you roll over your sitting bones. So just as you roll onto your sitting bones, try to keep your lower back lifted. That's part of the balance. And raise the lower legs if you can. Straighten out through your legs. So here you've got that support of your arms, your hands. And that helps to train good technique and posture. If you can go hands free, go for it. Navel drawing in, spine is lifting. Hold, 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 hold. Finding your breath. And then exhale, lower down, down, down. Curling through your lower back to lower your middle back to the floor. Keeping your upper back lifted, reaching into your fingertips, navel drawing in, spine pressing into the floor. A couple more breaths here. You got it. And exhale. Slowly lower down. Relax completely. Take a little mini shavasana. Let all of that energy disperse. All right, hugging your knees into your chest. All right. So making your way now over onto your belly. Getting ready for a very brief plank series. We're not going to be holding our planks too long. And starting in just regular plank, we're going to go from side to side. But when we go into the side planks, there's an opportunity there to be a bit creative and expressive. So thinking of your side plank more as a stretch and exhilarating, invigorating experience rather than a strictly technique kind of strengthy expression of the pose. So first, starting in plank, lift up. Lifting your knees, pressing back into your heels, press the floor away. So pressing the floor away, you get your shoulders and your chest on board with your plank. And the more you lengthen back into your heels and squeeze your buttocks, then you've got your legs working, navel drawing in, core is working. Staying nice and steady with your breath. And from here, getting ready to roll over onto one side. So because we're going to go into a bit of an expressive one, you might like to have your feet stacked in front of one another and sweep that arm up, lift, lift, lift. So see how much lift you can get. Roll the chest open slightly, reach back into that top hand. And lower the hand to the floor, rolling over to the other side. Same again, stack the feet and roll open, nice big stretch. And release. Holding in plank. And hips to your heels. Good. All right, final strengthening pose, coming down onto your back. It's nothing too crazy. Going into a full shoulder stand. If full feels like too much at this point, you can go into a supported shoulder stand or legs up the wall. Hugging your knees in, rocking your knees up, taking hold of your lower back. And clasp your hands together behind your lower back and start to roll your shoulders in toward each other. So you've got your shoulders there as your foundation. Then take your hands to your lower back, helping your lower back to lift, lifting the hips above the shoulders as best you can. Gently drawing in through your belly. And if you can, lifting, engaging Mula Bandha. So that subtle energetic lock in the pelvis. It doesn't need to be a tense pelvic floor engagement, just a nice lift. And legs are firm, reaching into your toes. And feeling that also bandha engaged through the neck. And compression on the thyroid glands. Couple more breaths here. And slowly release. See if you can come down into a supported half shoulder stand, because we're going to lower down into a one-legged bridge. One leg, one foot to the floor, one leg up in the air. Release your hands, keeping your shoulders where they are. And then hands to your lower back, going up, whoop, nearly didn't have it, into supported shoulder stand. This time we'll go left foot to the floor, hands to the floor. Right leg is lifted. And then exhale. Both feet to the floor, finding yourself in bridge pose. Taking a few breaths here. You can engage the hands underneath the body if you like, or just hands out to the side. And then release, exhale. Lowering your spine to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Keeping your feet where they are. Allow your knees to fall into the side. Let's just release through our neck and shoulders a little, rocking your head from side to side. And if you feel like you need to open up through your throat, taking your hands under your buttocks, coming into your forearms and just taking a very gentle, mild fish pose. And release. All right, left foot to the floor, right ankle to the top of your knee, and coming into a supine pigeon pose, drawing your legs in toward your body, and gently pressing the right knee away with your elbow, feeling that stretch through your outer hip, your thigh. Lowering your left foot to the floor, sliding the right knee over the top of the left leg, arms out to the sides at shoulder height, lowering your knees all the way over to the left. Spinal twist. As we start to wind down into our practice a little, inhale, lifting up. Let's change sides. Left ankle to the top of the right knee, drawing the legs in. Just doing a bit of self-reflection on your practice. How did you go with staying in your breath and keeping nice and mentally grounded as we got into some of those invigorating poses? It's a really great practice for our daily life as well, to maintain a bit of mental equilibrium, even maintaining a like slow deep breath as we make a concerted effort to actually energize our body and lift our heart rate. How can we stay grounded? Exhale, right foot to the floor, left knee over the top of the right, and arms out to the side. Lower your knees over to the right. Slowly return to center. Navel drawing in, raise your knees up. Both feet to the floor, rocking your knees from side to side. Releasing through your hips and lower back. And hug your knees into your chest. And take any last poses or stretches that your body is craving. And then make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. I'm going to take a moment for myself here before I sit up. As you come into Shavasana, before you do anything, just allow yourself to be, allow everything to just simmer. And just being the silent witness to all the beautiful sensations happening in your body. Bearing witness to the potency of the practice, how good your body feels. Maybe your mind feels a little bit more clear and calm. You guys keep lying down where you are, and I'll sit up. Just letting your whole body be heavy and relaxed. And instead of going through a guided relaxation today, we're going to come back to our breath. And focusing on your breath. Anytime your mind wanders, bringing it back to the rhythm, the sensations, the feeling of your breath, the fullness as it fills your lungs, and that deflated kind of lightness as it exits your lungs, and the contrasting and or dualistic heaviness as well when you exhale. Really just taking the next 3 minutes to completely focus into your breath. And there's no goal. The outcome might be that it helps you relax and you kind of do lose a bit of awareness and focus and move into a bit of a yoga nidra state, and that's wonderful. Or it might be that you just have some really nice focused breathing time. Just having that one soul focus, inhaling and exhaling. Slowly starting to wake up your body. Wriggling your fingers and toes. Rocking your head from side to side. Stretching out into your limbs. Rolling over onto your side for a moment. Getting ready to come up and sit. You can stay lying down if you like. Finishing up with some kirtan. Just joining in as you feel comfortable. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine Bhajashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Bhaja Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. I'll bring our palms together in prayer position, bowing our heads to offer our respects to one another, bowing our heads to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming to share this beautiful practice. Lots of love to you all.